Today I've got something very interesting. I leveraged my Discord community with over 75,000 members and offered them all a chance to vote for things that they hate about Valorant. There was even an option to put their own votes in their own topics. And I'm not gonna lie, the results are very, very interesting. So I have 12 things that the Valorant community hates about the game. We're gonna start with the least voted problems and make our way to the top. And I wonder if you guys agree with this list or disagree. I think most of the Valorant community is gonna agree because, well, they're the 12 most hated things about this game. Starting with number 12, this one was actually written by you guys. There was an others option where you could write a specific issue on your own outside the 10 options I gave to my audience. And number 12 is eDaters / the community, which is hilarious because at 12, Valorant self-destructed and voted for themselves. Meaning, while let's say other games like CSGO is busy hating on us, we never really feel like we're hating back because we're too busy hating on ourselves. Literally, number 12 is the community. Some people wrote eDaters. I think that one's a little bit of a meme, but I kind of understand. I'm not going to give my own 2 cents fully, but yes, I don't think it's exactly the best community and I have specific problems with it, but maybe that's another topic if I want to set the world on fire. Regardless, moving on to number 11. This one also wasn't on the poll, but people actually wrote spray and pray / run on gun / first bullet inaccuracy. So there's actually a good amount of people that hate some of the fundamental gunplay about Valorant. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it kind of shocked me. So I want to ask if you guys actually agree with number 11. I don't think it's that relevant, but yeah, people don't like first bullet inaccuracy or running guns still. I feel that was more a problem of the past than it is today, but let me know if you agree. But now we get into the top 10, which are stuff that I listed and most of the community voted on. So with 1.45% of the votes, number 10 is problem with agents, not enough agents, poorly balanced, etc. Now, in my opinion, I understand where this is coming from. I don't know about not enough agents. I feel that we do have a good amount of agents. Poorly balanced, I definitely understand. I do believe the 1.45% comes from the low pick rate, but very imbalanced agents, problems with ISO, deadlock, etc. It is a little bit weird, like even let's say Astra or Sage. I understand that people still play Astra and Sage. However, for example, they are both victims of Riot over nerfing and then just not touching them for a very, very long time, right? That's kind of the problem I have with Valorant, and I think that's where most of the votes are coming from. Just enough change to mix up the agent pool more regularly. Why not bring Sage back to like A tier or S tier with some buffs, but don't go overboard, right? Shift up the meta a little bit more frequently and I'll be happy. I'm happy that Clove has a strong presence. I put them in A tier, but a lot of people even putting them in S tier. So that's fantastic. However, with that being said, I understand where the votes are coming from. Number 9 with 2% of the total votes, lack of cosmetic variety. Add agent skins, glove skins, etc. This is a valid point. I don't think it's a potential hate, but it was one out of the 3 options people selected. And it kind of does make sense. For example, lack of cosmetic variety. A lot of people put in others ranked rewards. I would kind of put this as part of lack of cosmetic variety. Agent skins might be a little bit out there. I used to kind of be for them, but I understood where people were coming from the more that, I played Valorant and stuff, so I understand. Glove skins though, kind of no excuse. Maybe stickers, tattoos. Imagine you put tattoos on your agents. Is that crazy? I think it's pretty cool though. I think it'd be freaking cool in my opinion. And number 8 though, with 4% of the votes, is another issue with skins, which is better quote unquote cheap skins or improved battle pass. Honestly, I have yapped about this for so long. I know it's not the priority of the community, as you can see by the votes, only 4% even had it included in their top 3. With that being said though, just improving the battle pass so it's worth grinding, which inherently gives us a reward influx, a reward system. When you have good skins, you'll get a bigger hit of dopamine by unlocking them in the battle pass, and having better cheap skins that are more accessible, like the latest skin with the sharp lines, could have been nice if it just had a slight effect and color variance and stayed at a $20 price point. That would be improvements of skins in that category. I won't yap too long about it, but I do think that skins being a little bit more accessible and a little bit more rewarding is a good combination for everyone. However, at number 7 with 5% of the votes is lack of custom options, expanding custom games, custom modes, etc. I knew this one was niche. I thought skins would even outbeat it, but I'm glad you guys can feel for me as well as the rest of the community. Having more custom options allows, let's say, channels like Valorant Curious, my other channel, to flourish a little bit more, create more games for you guys, bring the community better, and bring yourselves together within your own little niche community. There'd be a subreddit probably with different game modes and stuff like that, which is a huge plus for the community. It's a huge plus for content, and of course, it's just a huge plus in general. With that being said though, it still did get outbeat by 1 full percent with number 6 at 6% of the total votes, not enough game modes options in general, which is actually adding Riot made games, so more versions versions of stuff like Swift Play, more variety, stuff like Snowball Fight. Riot seemed to come out of the gates swinging, focusing on, right? First we had the deathmatch, team deathmatch, we had Swift Play, replication, Snowball Fight, but then they slowly dwindled as they focused on a few main ones like Swift Play, TDM, and deathmatch, and then there's just kind of a cycling one that no one really cares about. More thoughtful Riot-made games will go a long way, especially with community events. Even if it's every year, certain thing we all look forward to play together that's just chaotic, it would be fun. A lot of us would have fun. However, as we jump into the top 5, the votes will start changing dramatically, but the top 4 specifically are probably what people truly hate about Valorant, and it's a little bit reassuring. But let's start with number 5 with 11% of the votes, a better system. Now, a better system equaled improved night market, improved shop, improved kingdom points, and improved overall rewards. So this does scale back a little bit here. So this would also improve ranked rewards. This would also improve just playing the game rewards. It improves what you can use kingdom points on. It improves the shop rotation, meaning maybe 8 skins instead of 4, or actually being able to somehow choose your skin. It improves the overall night market and the way you actually receive skins. It's an overhaul of the skin system, and 11% of the players actually chose this in their top 3. But here we go. Let's do the top 4, because the top 4 are probably a little bit deeper. Starting with number 4, 12% of the vote, so close to number 5, but I think a bigger issue, the map pool issue. Removing cycled maps and adding more into the game. My heart fluttered. Because I, for a long time, kept saying when they first introduced map rotations, I hated on it, and then I got hate in return. Not overwhelming or anything, nothing like mean, but people disagreed with me respectfully, thinking that map rotations are healthy for the game. But then they realized that sometimes you go 8 months without playing a map, and it would dry up ranked really quick. No offense, I don't care about new players, they'll eventually learn. When I played Rainbow Six Siege, I had to try and learn a bunch of new maps. It was so overwhelming, but I learned them. It just happens. Get over it, make it fun for the long term. Keep all the maps in rotation and ranked, and let Clove have an experience on all the new maps and all the maps at once. Having certain agents who have never even touched a map and might not for over a year because of map rotations as we add more maps is terrible. I think just bring variety back into the game. Like I set up a custom game on Haven and everyone just said they missed it so much. We all had so much fun just playing on a map that existed since beta. Bro, bring them back. Bring them back. All right, here we go. Top 3. The number 3rd most hated thing is the lack of replay system. Actually, 15.4%. So a nice little jump on votes. They believe it's a necessary feature. The lack of replay system is almost a meme. A lot of the top comments are, you know, this would be a lot better in a replay system, or blah, 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 blah. Now, my 2 cents here is that a replay system is necessary. It is necessary to improve your game sense and knowledge if you actually want to put in hours. So if you actually watch your replay and want to understand what happened, you can improve this way. I genuinely believe so. I also believe it's very good for content creation. For example, we can get more B-roll. We can, go back and get different angles in custom games, etc. With that being said, I will say I believe it's slightly overstated. People saying they hate that there's no replay system being the number 3rd most thought about, at least, issue, I think is a little bit overstated. I do believe that one day, eventually, we'll have a replay mode, and I believe one day, eventually, most people won't use it. That's just a feeling I have. Now, it's still important. It should still come in the game. It has a lot of benefits, no downsides, but how much it's going to be utilized to me is probably feeling a little bit overstated, but that's just my opinion. All right, number 2. This one I think most of you saw coming. Number 2 with 18.46% of the votes, expensive skins, overall high prices. Yep, second most hated thing about this game is prices on skins. Now, a lot of people are saying it's just cosmetic, which is very, very true, and it's hard to argue against that point, but still, a lot of people want to just have skins. They want to support the game. They don't mind paying in a free game, but with inflated skins and skin prices that continue to inflate and give us less and less over time, it's not good. Every time we finally get more, it comes with a higher price tag instead of the quality of the product improving over time for the existing player base to keep coming back for more. We have a one-to-one correlation. You either enjoy what we give you, and if you want more, we're going to charge more and more and more and more, and we're in the multi-$100s now, right? Most expensive bundle fully upgraded when paying for a Radianite, we're talking about $200 to $300 some dollars. Mind-boggling, hard to argue on both sides here. It's just a kind of a yikes system. Now, what's number 1, right? With 20% of the vote, chose the ranked system, which includes having poor teammates, toxicity, Smurfs, etc. And to be honest, it's not surprising. I have a lot to say and feel about the ranked system. The problem is a lot of people might say copium. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. I believe the quality of ranked is abysmal. Genuinely abysmal. It's really poor. For example, streamers deal with stream snipers a lot. To you guys, that's not a big issue, and I understand why. It's not even something I particularly care too much about even as a streamer. It's just part of the sadness of it. If you focus on ranked, there's a lot. We've seen direct correlation, multiple streamers turning on delay and then immediately ranking up. Now this is one-to-one with the Valorant community because I'm sure it follows you, and this mentality follows through the mentality of poor sportsmanship. For example, immediately being angry, frustration, lack of communication, that balance between it's just a game but let's focus. You know what I mean? Like Valorant is just a game, but if you say that, some people get upset because they're like, no, but I want to win, I want to focus. There's a balance to be had. You can focus, want to win, try to gain RR, but realize there's a certain tipping point where if you feel actual sadness, actual anger starts kind of agitating you, you're falling into the wrong side. You're going too far, right? That balance is very difficult, and I feel most of the community don't have it at all. Almost zero. Even people who grind 8 to 10 hours a day and have been playing Valorant since beta don't have it. And I don't want to speak too much on it, particularly. It's just overall not a fun experience at the moment. And to talk to the more broader audience, you guys, the mid ranks up to the top, there is a lot of Smurfs. Now, Smurfs won't overall stop you from ranking up. There isn't enough Smurfs, as in you have them 100% of the game. Nope, that's not a thing. It is quite bad, and there is a lot of Smurfs throughout Valorant, and it does hinder it. So now we're talking about toxicity, which is more prevalent. And let's say you have a lot of toxic games in a row. I believe there's a Smurf maybe 1 every 5 games. So that's why I don't think it can stop you from ranking up, and it doesn't guarantee they're gonna win, right? Now, there's a Smurf every 5 games, but then within the 5 games, there's another 3 or 4 of toxicity, and then there's 1 good game where everyone's chill. So I feel like there's every 1 in 5 games is even fun. That's the thing. I think 1 in 5 games is even fun. If you're lucky, you'll get 2 or 3 in a row. That's the dopamine hit you need to get addicted. But I still feel the vast majority of games are frustrating for one reason or another. Toxicity, people who don't care, disconnects, Smurfs, the quality of ranked is in the gutter. Now, when I do play ranked on rare occasions, I try to trio, and this reduces it a lot, but that's quite a big ask for just trio to make it better, but I do think that's one of the better ways. And the quality of the ranks themselves are also in the gutter due to vast amounts of rank resets and the way the MMR system works. For example, when I didn't play Valorant for a long time and then I went to get ranked, I got ranked higher than normal. So by not playing, my MMR was steady based off the last time I played ranked, so I was very washed, but still I got placed high plat and got into diamond really quickly. It was super smooth. Then when I started playing ranked quite frequently, the reset was actually more aggressive, as in test yourself, get back to the rank to show us that you still deserve it. But what ends up happening is people don't play games like this. People do not play Valorant like a 9 to 5. I hope you don't, which tends to mean that they might play at an elevated pace, get ranked reset hard, take a break from the game, come back washed, be in gold, but they were one-time diamond. As they unwash, they are quite a presence in the gold lobby as an X diamond, hurting the gold experience until their grind is finished to get to the top. And this is where rank resets have a huge issue. I do not think they're perfect by any means. And maybe Valorant needs to implement some sort of decay system. Maybe Valorant needs to change up the way the MMR system works. There needs to be some tweaks. It's by far not the worst ranking system out there for sure, but I do believe there needs to be tweaks, because when you put all these issues together, that's what makes a poor experience. It's not one isolated issue, but an overall issue. And to be honest, the Valorant community, which was number 12, kind of correlates back to the first point here. People in Valorant, like, there's a lot of just meh. There's just a lot of meh. But that's my personal opinion. Let me know what you think down below. Or if there's something I missed. I looked through a lot of submissions, but these seem to be the 12 most hated things about Valorant from the Valorant community themselves.